right. Hey, welcome. We are back. Season 3, Sports Therapy with FH Jr. Wow. The summer is over and we are back. We are ready to hit the ground running. A little bit about the show. Keep in mind, nothing has changed. If you're new, I'm going to read you the rules. Sports Therapy with FH Jr. We are a show that is based on entertainment and entertainment only. Callers, you will have up to 2 minutes to call in and you can rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL related. But please keep in mind that we do not talk politics. We don't talk sexual orientation, nor do we talk about any of those kind of things. We don't do any. I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Democrats are doing, nor do I care what the Republicans are doing. We are entertainment and entertainment only. Now, got that out the way. Also, once again, our sponsor will be Crown Royal. Yes, patiently blended since 1939. Yeah, Crown Royal. Crown me, baby. A little bit about the show. This is what I call a dry dock. Because, if you have been a follower of our show, you know what we do is that we talk NFL football. Yes, we do. Yep. That's what we do. And uh, we follow the NFL from preseason all the way up to the crowning of the Super Bowl. Excuse me, all the way to the crowning of the Super Bowl. That's what we do. We call my callers call in and we have a good time. We laugh, we poke fun at each other, but it's all in good fun. Now we don't fan shame. Your opinion is your opinion. You're entitled to that. But we are going to be talking about such things. Today we're going to be, this is what like I said, this is Dry Dock. Dry Dock is basically, we're easing everyone back into the groove of football watching and football talk, everything football. In other words, we're going to detox you off of just sitting around kicking it and doing nothing at home, fiending for football. So we're going to ease you back into it. So there are a couple key topics I want to talk about. Now, of course, callers, you're free to call in and talk about anything you want to, and we'll go with it. But I want to talk about how my running backs can't get paid. What? Yeah. Then we got my man Jerry, my homeboy Jerry Jones. He is passing out Super Bowl ring. I didn't get one. I like football. I didn't get one, but he gave one to the Supreme Court judge. But keep in mind, y'all know we don't talk politics. So we got to discuss that, but it won't be from a political point of view. Because keep in mind, man, I don't care whether you're a Democrat or Republican, man. But it's the whole idea that Jerry giving out rings. Shoot, man, give me a ring. And as you all can see, I am wearing a shirt with my logo of my team, the Commander. Now, of course, we're Redskin football team / Commanders, but there's joy in Whoville because our team has been sold. Yes, we are not a part of the evil empire that is my man Danny Snyder. So we're gonna talk about that and a few other things. And keep in mind, we are caller driven. We are a caller driven show, man, and that's how we roll. Let's see here. All right. Now, as I was saying, I want to, because when we start off, as we get into teams are reporting to training camp, all the rookies should be in. If you're a rookie, your butt should be in training camp now. Now, there are some holdouts, and we're going to talk about those, but I want to jump in here and ask one question. Now, this is going to come off very strange indeed because I am, as you can see, I am a Washington Redskin football team Commander fan from head to toe. But when it comes to the Super Bowl, not the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, when it comes to the who should be recognized in the hall. Wait a minute, man. Hold, we got a call. Hold on. I'm gonna come back to that, but let me catch my call. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Hey. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Who I got?
Jay.
Oh, Jay. Jay the big who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Jay, let me ask you this question. Are you ready for some football?
Yes. Hurry up.
Jay,
Can't take any more of this.
so how have you been spending your summer?
Uh, Not really watching baseball. I'll tell you that right now.
Uh-uh.
I mean, I like it, the game, but I just can't get into it like I can with football.
She is detoxing off of we have to detox you off of just kicking it with during the summer and not watching football. So Jay, we got to ease you back in. Let me ask you a question since I got you here. Uh and I'm gonna circle back and talk about because my commanders got sold, so we are celebrating. But I spent the majority of my summer working on other projects. I do have some outside projects, believe it or not, and hopefully they'll start to come to fruition. But I also spend my summer binge watching TV. I mean, I like to get away. I tell people I am a counselor for real now. Like, that's what I do for a living. But I like to get away from all. I like to do what I call mindless entertainment, where I don't have to make no decision on anything. So, Jay, I said that to say this. I have what I call a smart TV now. My TV is a lot smarter than I am. I'm finding out, but I am in love with my apps, man. And I know I'm spending too much money because I got every app you can think of. I gotta have it. But I was watching. Well, you know what? Let me clarify that. One of my friends turned me on. One of my listeners turned me on to a I guess it's not a documentary, but there's a show on Netflix and it's called Quarterbacks. Are you familiar with that, Jay?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
What do you think of it?
It's alright. I like it. You get like an inside look into like the players' lives, like what they have to go through and things like that
Okay. Well,
before on and off the field.
okay, I got you. And what the show consists of for my listeners, and if you're just tuning in, and you wonder what the hell am I listening to? This is Sports Therapy with F.A. Junior. Well, callers get 2 minutes to call, rip, rant, kick some knowledge, cuss, throw a punch, whatever. As long as you don't punch me, we all good. But the number to call is 940-329-4110, and you can be a live guest. Now, getting back to what Jay and I were talking about, it's called. There's this series. Now, Netflix is not one of my sponsors. Don't get me wrong now, but if they want to be, hey, come on down. I want to talk about a show. Now, I'm gonna give them a plug. It's called Quarterbacks. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do after this year, but right now, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. They're following three quarterbacks. One is my boy Patrick Mahomes, who I call my homie. The other one is if you know Patrick Mahomes, he's a quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. When you large and in charge, they call you what? Chief. But you got him, and you got my man Marcus Mariota, and Marcus, he's been, I guess you would call it, journeyman quarterback. He's bounced from team to team to team to team, and then he got Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins. Now, you know what? I promised my daughter that I would no longer hate on Kirk because Kirk used to be our quarterback for the Redskins / football team. So I don't hate on Kirk. I don't cheer for Kirk to lose, but it was kind of fun watching Kirk get hit hard, 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 hard. So Jay,
Wow.
did you watch Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I saw some of the episodes. It was alright.
I tell you what I like. Well, nothing surprised me when it came to Kirk. 'Cause to be honest with you, Kirk is Kirk. He is a. I will give it to him. He's a family man. He has his two kids and whatever. But they were showing because like you said, they get into some background information. So they were showing this one episode where they were they were talking to Kirk's house. Is at his house, and they were in his closet. And Kirk was showing that he they was looking at his wardrobe, and I be dang is every one of Kirk's his shirts are all alike. They may be different colors, but they all are plaid. Plaid. It's like, he has to be the most basic, fundamental guy. Bless his heart though. I don't get me wrong. Kirk is Kirk. But Jay, I will tell you this. I got respect for Kirk because when I saw what goes on behind the scenes with all the hits, because there was some times when my man Payne put some hit on Kirk, I don't think I would have got up.
I couldn't bear to watch sometimes. This looks bad.
So for all those who complain about protecting the quarterback and saying that, hey, you know what, they should wear dresses and all that stuff, it ain't old school football and da da da. Now keep in mind, today's players are bigger, stronger, and assistant coaches are better at drawing up schemes, because if you can just see in real time how hard those guys come and how hard they hit the quarterback, I kind of see why you would need rules to protect the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, those bad hits.
And then they showed it where he says that after the game he has to get into. I know a lot of guys take the ice bath, but he gets into like I guess he's at home, so hell, he's probably got, huh?
A whole pool.
Yeah, he had a whole pool, and he says that he turns it down to like 57 degrees, and I was like, man, woo. But keep in mind, he grew up in Michigan, so heck, that's probably like 70, 75 degrees to him. I'm sure his body is acclimated to that the weather down there. But and then they segue, because they would always go back and forth. I'm up to season 4, I believe, episode 4. I'm sorry, not season 4, but I'm up to episode 4. One thing that I noticed that they talked about Marcus Mariota, and poor Marcus, man. The guy goes from winning the Heisman Trophy. I think he got drafted, I believe, by the Tennessee Titans. I think he played for them for like 4 or 5 years. Then he was a backup to to the Raiders quarterback there, Carr, and now he's getting his shot. But man, he was with the Falcons, and I thought the poor guy, man, he was like snake bit. One while he fumbled the ball, caused his team to lose. He threw an interception, caused the team to lose, and he was about to cause the team to lose again until the defense bailed him out. So I don't know, man. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I feel bad for him.
Did you feel bad for him? Now, keep in mind, I know a lot, and we should know a lot about what happened prior, because he's because that whole show it was filmed during this past season, so I do know that he ended up losing his position as quarterback. I know they replaced him, I believe, with the rookie that they got. I think the kid name is Ritter, I believe, Desmond. So it should be his second year. So Marcus, I don't even know if he's even on the team now. Yeah, because doing some of the episodes, he was always talking about, why do I do this, man? Why do I take the hits? Why do I take this? Why do I do that? Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then there was my homie. I think you can. Patrick Mahomes is let me say, he is entertaining. The guy carries the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and very relatable too.
Yeah, he is. He's an average man quarterback. Now, he's probably doing all the things that you would teach a young quarterback not to do, as far as how to throw the ball, because he's throwing from certain angles, behind his head, over here, over there. It's like, ooh. But he makes it work. He makes it work. Now, as you can see now, I don't want to just talk about the quarterbacks though, Jay, because there are the families that are involved, the wives and vice versa. But Mahomes' wife, he's I think they met he said they had been dating ever since middle school. I think she was a year older than him. They eventually got married and all that. But you can tell that she likes the social part of being a quarterback's wife. You know, going to all the meetings and all the things that bells and whistles that come along with that. But as you can see, he don't want no part of any of that, man. He hates taking pictures. He just, you know.
Yeah, that part was funny. He was like, "I'm done."
He's like, oh God, man, I gotta do this. And then finally they asked him. I like this one scene where he was talking. He has a personal trainer, and the guy was like, but this is like one of his friends from high school. They actually played, I believe, in the same team together. So he has his personal trainer, and the guy says, they was talking about his hair after he got done working out. He says, "Hey man, it's telling me to do something different with my hair." So the trainer started asking him. He says, "So what are you gonna do? You gonna cut it? You gonna get Then Patrick says, "Well, I'm thinking about um." I guess he would say not dreads and stuff. He said, so he says, "So what are you gonna do? Braid it up?" he said, "No, I think I'm gonna cut it because I got two kids, man. I'm married, so I can't be walking around with a mohawk."
Yeah, sorry.
But what's funny though is, I mean, I like the show. It gives you something to do while football season is not going on, and but it keeps us involved in football. Unless you see the backside of what these guys do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jay, let me ask you this question, since I got to always ask you because you in the Who Dat family. Um, what's the word on you guys moving? Are y'all moving from New Orleans to
Now
what's the deal on that?
we stand where we at. That's the word. We stand where we at.
Now, I know the original owner, he died a couple of years ago, and his wife, she is the owner now. And my understanding is there are no heirs, and so I think she's like 74, and I think she wanted to move. Was thinking about moving the team to Shreveport because I don't know if she's got family there or that's just something she wanted to do. Maybe she just hates living in New Orleans or whatever. But that's what she wanted to do. So that's what the big uproar was about. It's like, wait a minute. When you think about the Saints, I mean, Saints not being in New Orleans, I mean, how can we, what can you do about that? Can you even fathom that?
Right. Nah, I can't.
Because when I
It just doesn't cross my mind.
no man, and don't get me wrong now, the University of LSU. Well, I wouldn't say the university, but LSU University. They're in Shreveport or Baton Rouge. They're in Shreveport, yeah. And so it wouldn't be the same. And people don't realize they're just even though um, Louisiana is not it's nowhere near the size of the great state of Texas, but just going from New Orleans to Shreveport, that's not the same, man. It's just you can't capture the same culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm glad it didn't happen. I know that the contingency plan for her is to sell the team sell the team. Now, the cool thing, what I found out about this, though, Jay, is that she's planning on selling the team, not now, but she has a contingency plan with the NFL for her to be able to sell the team and give all the money go to charity for the community.
That's nice right there.
I know. I
That's
know.
good.
So, like, you talking about a community now, yeah, and we're talking about something that's not happening right now. But she's 74 years old, so she's looking at okay. this is my contingency plan. There are no heirs to lead the team to, so the NFL has agreed that they would kind of broker the sale of the team, kind of help her out um, when an owner steps up, and that's when. But this should I can see that happening because she's 74, so it could be another 5, 10 years from now, whatever. But that's her plan, though, Jay. It's all good. But hey, glad to have you back. Like I said, this is dry dock, as I call it. There are no games. We don't talk about games. We talk about anything else other than just, there are no games. So we can talk about shows, what's going on with your team, what's going on with the NFL, blase, blase, blase. So, okay. Well, Jay, I appreciate you calling. I got another caller trying to get in here. So, hey, thanks for calling, okay?
All right.
All right, who that? All right, let me see. Do I have a little caller here? So, all right, so we gonna chill on that. All right. So now I want to get back to what I was talking about earlier. Um, I was gonna circle back around because, like I said, we're getting ready. This is dry dock. There are no games being played, so we're just, yeah. Hey, we're open. We're like a store. We're like a business. We're open for business. So if you want to call, the number to call is 940-329-4110, and we will put you on the air. You have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge, share something, or if you just want to call and hear my voice. So anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, which was the Hall of Fame. Now, when I think about Hall of Fame, when I think about the Hall of Fame, one thing comes to mind is who gets in? Who gets into the Hall of Fame? Now, I'm going to make a case because I did a promo earlier. And I said I was gonna make a case for my favorite uncle, Uncle Woody, Darren Woodson. I know this is gonna sound wild and crazy. People say, "FHJ, you lost your freaking mind. How you sitting up here with all these Redskins, Commander, and you saying put a cowboy in the hall?" One thing about me, if you know me, you know that I am a fan of good play. If you are good at your position, I don't care. I can despise your team, but I am going to call it the way I see it. I don't hate any particular team. If people think that, nah, I don't hate any particular team. I just love my team, and I love my team to beat your team. I mean, I'm a fan. Okay? I'm a fan. But I am making a case because I think my man, Uncle Woody, Darren Woodson, should be in the Hall. I'm sorry. He should be in the Hall. There are people in the Hall of Fame. And see, one thing about me is that I'm at the age where I got the chance to see a lot of people in their prime. So unlike you get some of the younger fans who say, "Well, hey man, let's but you never got a chance to see O.J. Simpson. You didn't get to see Walter Payton. You didn't get to see. Now I didn't get to see Jim Brown. But to me, you are a Hall of Famer when I can take you and plug you into any era and you can play. You may not dominate because Jim Brown wouldn't dominate today. No, he wouldn't. But he would still be a good player because he would have access to all the weights and all the things that today's athletes have, along with all the rules and regulations and whatever. So I mean, come on now. But to me, you're a Hall of Famer when we can take you and plug you into any era and you can dominate. Or you can hold your own. And that's, to me, that's what makes you a Hall of Famer. Because sometimes you cannot compare eras against era. Just like sometimes in the NBA, people say, well, LeBron is the greatest. I don't believe that there's no such thing as a GOAT. No, I think I think there are GOATs, more than one, and there's not that many of them. I think they're golden GOATs. but there is no such thing as the greatest of all time because there's too many variables, man. You got the different eras, you got rules, you got regulations, you got a lot of things that were going on. So, But my man Uncle Woody, he deserved to be in because that brother used to give me headaches, man. I used to be watching my team play, and I used to I was never cheering for the Cowboys to win, but I would always watch that guy show up and be a game wrecker. If you're a game wrecker, you can wreck a game. You should be in the hall. The brother got stats. There are some people in the hall that don't have half the accomplishments as my man Dan Wilson. So to me, Uncle Woody deserved to be in the hall. Now, one thing I can tell you, a lot of it has to do with what market you play in because I didn't really see a lot of Rondé Barber. And when I found out that Rondé made it into the hall, I'm like, what the hell? How he get in? But then I went back and I looked at his stats. And based on his stats and his accomplishment, yeah, that brother deserved to be in. He deserved to be in the hall. Then and everybody know about Revis Island. Now here's a guy who basically had his own island. He basically had his own part of the football field that you didn't even challenge him on. The man just a lot of times I don't even think he got his jersey dirty. You know, he just handed back to the trainer. Like, here you go, dog. You don't even have to wash it. You know, yes, Darrelle Revis deserved to be in. Yes, he made it. And I think one of the reasons that I read an article, and this article was basically getting into why, making a case as to why my man Uncle Woody didn't get in the hall, and I think it makes sense now that when I got into it and I read the article, and I wanted to give a plug to the person who wrote the article, but we may circle back around to that. But in the article, it mentioned that we had 2 Cowboys to make it into the Hall of Fame this year. So you're not going to get 3 inductees from one team. All hell would break loose. So we had Chuck Howley. Hell, Chuck Howley should have been in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but that's cool. The brother's in. I didn't get to see him play, but I've heard about him, and he should have been in there. But I got no problem with the werewolf getting in, DeMarcus Ware, because he's another guy who terrorized my commanders and stuff. But I got no problem with him getting in. I think he deserved to be in. See, one thing about me, if you are good at what you do, I will shine the light on you and say, okay, yeah, that brother, yeah. So DeMarcus Ware, I got no problem with him getting into the hall. None. I'm surprised it took so long for Zach Thomas to get in. Maybe because now I don't think Zach won a Super Bowl, if that has anything to do with anything. So that may have some barriers to why it took him so long to get in. But I just I got no beef with him getting in at all. No problem. Got no problem with that at all. But I just know that there are some people in the hall that should have got in before my favorite Uncle Woody. So Uncle Woody, Darren Woodson, should be in the hall, man. Let's get that brother into the hall, man. And now I think I read another article where he was saying, well, maybe he just didn't really make the case for himself. I don't think you should be. Now, one thing about me, I think your stats on the field, your field speak for itself. Whatever you did on the field, whatever you do off the field should have no bearing on whether you get into the hall. Jack the Ripper could get in the hall, as far as I'm concerned. As long as he has stats, he should be in the hall. But I just know, for all you, I don't know who determines who gets in, the voters and the writers and all that. Shame on you all for not putting Lester Hayes in the Hall of Fame. Shame on you. Lester Hayes should be in the Hall of Fame. That brother should be kicking back, kicking it with his own bus, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. Shame on you people for not putting Lester Hayes in the Hall of Fame. 2 people I know should be in the Hall that I'll vouch for is Lester Hayes, Mr. Stickum, and Darren Woodson. because those are players that you can plug them in any era, and they can play. So I just don't know why my man, Lester Hayes should be in the Hall, man. Maybe because everybody hated the Raiders back then, but come on, man, put that brother in the Hall, man. Yeah, he should be in. Lester Hayes should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall. So that's what we did, man. I said I was gonna make the case, and he should be in the Hall. Okay, hold on here, man. Let me fire y'all with a commercial real quick. Discover Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey, hastily blended since 1932. It is fit for a king. After a long day of crime fighting, man, I reach for a bottle of Crown, and you know what I say? Man, I say Crown me, baby. Drink Crown Royal responsibly. That's right. If you're a minor, you should never be drinking Crown. Anybody else? Drink Crown responsibly. All right. Now, if you want to call into the show, the number is 940-329-4110. This is Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Well, callers get 2 minutes to call in, rip, rant, kick some knowledge. Even if you drop an F-bomb, I got my cussing bell here. Sometimes I'm late on the cussing bell, but that's okay, man. We got the cussing bell here to stop all that. Hold on, I got a caller. See what we got here. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going, man? That's Brandon Cooper.
Be cool.
The Ravens extraordinary. What's up, my man?
Hey, man. How's your summer, brother?
Man, summer is going well, my brother. You know, Lamar got paid, so you know everything's good.
Let me start off by asking you about your boy, Lamar. Now, Lamar got toys. He got toys.
We got a few action figures. We got a few.
But let me ask you this question. You guys made a change as far as with your offensive coordinator. And
got rid of Greg Roman.
Yeah, now give me your point of view. Give me your point of view.
I would say, look, we all knew what Greg Roman was about because his offensive schemes get figured out quickly. Now, if you look at the track record of Greg Roman, the first 2 seasons that his offensive schemes start off, it's always pretty good.
Right.
But then after that, it become a little bit predictable, and especially with the personnel. Now, Todd Monken, he used to be the Georgia's offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach.
Okay.
Now, Georgia's offense has had a very well-balanced attack, but we all know that Georgia's been real good due to their defense have just been shutting people out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, their offense has had great key players, especially good people from the running back position.
Right.
So this should be real interesting how he translates this to the NFL. But I will say this, you know, with the addition of Zay Flowers, we got Odell Beckham. You know, we just signed Melvin Gordon. So I don't know.
Yes. I just heard the news on that yesterday.
So I think we're going to be pretty good. I think Zay Flowers is going to be our number 1 receiver. OBJ be number 2. Depending on how Rashad Bateman acts, he'll definitely probably be the number 2 or 3. You know, him and Odell will go back and forth. You already know Andrews is going to be our primary target.
Right.
But I think coming out the backfield, we got Gus, we got Hill, and I think with Melvin Gordon is going to be a great change of pace. Now, one of the stories coming into training camp is J.K. Dobbins is trying to hold out for a new contract.
And we're gonna circle back around and talk about. Keep talking because we're gonna talk about running backs. So keep pushing.
Oh yeah. So my thing is this. You know, 2 years ago he missed a full season with an ACL.
True.
Last year only played 8 games. I don't think this is the time to get a new contract, but we'll see. But just for an insurance policy, we got Melvin Gordon. But I think our team is good, man. I think we're good to go. I like our draft pick. I like Simmons coming out of Clemson.
You sound like you ready to play now.
Man, look, man. We coming, man. I'm trying to tell people they think this is a joke. Baltimore Ravens football been back. You know what I mean? But I told everybody, I was like, Lamar probably could have played in the playoffs if he would have had a guaranteed deal.
Right.
But it was too much of a risk. It was too much of a risk. So, like I said, I got us winning 12, 13 games, and we're gonna ride that thing on out.
Okay. Who in your division is gonna give you more challenge?
I mean, of course, the Bengals.
Yeah.
Are our biggest challenge. Now the thing about the Bengals is they have the best offensive skill position group. I think our division has to be probably the toughest division because you don't know. I mean, the Steelers are always going to play you tough. They got a great defense. The Browns, you don't know because this is Deshaun Watson's first full offseason.
Right.
So they're going to come out with some thunder.
You see, y'all division remind me of the old NFC East. It reminds me of the old NFC East.
Oh, Lord.
Where everybody was a killer against each other.
Man, the NFC East was crazy back then.
Yeah.
Especially, man, when, y'all was fighting.
Everybody was tough, man. But the Giants were tough. The Eagles were tough. The Cowboys were tough. And if you got to the NFC East, you would lose the Super Bowl because you probably lost your quarterback or something. You go into the Super Bowl with your third string quarterback or something, man. But hey, man, that's what I want.
Your first string ain't gonna survive.
No, sir. That's why when I look at y'all division, man, you like you said, man, you got Watson coming off of a full year. He should be back to his old self again. The Steelers, they always gonna play y'all get tough, but like you said, I think y'all number one rivalry might be right up the street with the Bengals, man. But it's gonna be, man. I tell you what, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen for that whole thing to shake out, brother. I can't wait.
It's gonna be some beautiful football. Some people might not make it to the 17th game, but it's gonna be some good football.
Hey, I tell you, they're saying the scheme this year for the Ravens is to push the ball down the field because that's the thing about Lamar. Okay, that's what they're saying. That okay, hey, if we gotta take some away from him, let's force him to throw the ball. I've always believed that he can pass the ball. I just think he never had the toys to do it.
I agree, and I think more importantly, the more consistent toys that are doing it. Because I mean, if you compare him to somebody like Joe Burrow, who has probably one of the greatest wide receiver trios in NFL history, as far as you having 3 number 1 receivers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're comparing him to Josh Allen, who has Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, that core. Pat Mahomes, who's always had a good structure in wide receivers and a good offensive game plan.
And a hell of a tight end.
And a hell of a tight end. And that's just like people saying last year Tua was going to win MVP. And I was like, okay. But, I mean, literally Tua was in an offense where he could not fail.
Right.
When you're throwing Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill with two of the, some of the fastest guys that ever play that position, all you got to do is throw them a little 5-yard pass, and they're going to go.
Thank you. I eat Joe Montana in the days when he had the receivers he had. Hell, I could have walked in through a 5-yard pass to Jerry Rice, T.O., and some of them other brothers, man. Like, okay, hey, don't get me wrong. I love Joe, but a lot of times, man, like you said, man, it is your group of wide receivers. It makes a difference, brother. Just like when the Redskins had the fun bunch, you had those dudes, man. Come on, man. Hell, I could have been quarterback in those teams.
Speaking of y'all, man, hey, shout out to Magic Johnson, though.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. And I want people to understand this. I love Magic. I'm glad he's in the thing, but Magic owns 4%. He's 4% ownership. Because you got people. First of all, we're never going. Now, if it happens, I'm cool with it. I got no problem with it. But I don't think we're ever gonna go back to being the Redskins. That ain't happening. You know, I'm sitting up here with a Redskins shirt
Man,
on.
dude. And the crazy thing is, didn't they deny our copyright?
Yes, yes, yes. We're never going to go back to being the Redskins. And you don't get me wrong. Now, I've been a fan for over 50 years, so there are some diehards who think everything is about woke, and we got a divided family. They think, oh yeah, we're this a woke generation. No, it's just you cannot. It just doesn't look good for the league, and the league is about image. It's about image. It is,
and the thing is, y'all, is crazy. If we can't even get the team name right, that so much of that stuff trickles down to the point where it's like, man, y'all. If from the top down, it's a lot of BS.
Man, you don't even know that. But here's the thing: winning makes all pains go away. I don't care what the hell you call yourself. If you go out there and you win, it was my thing. Let's start winning some football games. Win some football games, and all of a sudden being called a commander won't be too bad. Win some football games, and you know what? Well, being the football team wasn't too bad because we're winning. When you're winning, everybody's happy. Now, there's some people you just ain't going to make happy. I don't care what. You put them on the 50-yard line with good seats, and they still ain't going to be happy. But that's a small percentage. But I'm just saying, I think we should concentrate on winning first. Now, did you hear that that they fined my man, little Danny Snyder? They fined that fool $60 million. Now, because on the show, man, I don't really get into too deep because I wanted to still stay on the entertainment part, man. I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but according to all the reports, there was this investigation done by this attorney. Let me see, what was her name? It come to me anyway. Her name was Mary Jo White. She was this U.S. attorney. Now, granted, let's be honest. Yeah, Danny was probably he was doing sexual harassment and they were out of control and that wasn't what made the owners turn on him. No, that's $60 million. Now all the other stuff it sounds good, but when you start not paying rendering to Caesar what is his, we got a problem with you. When you start stealing from the other owners, and most owners they crooks themselves, but we can't have a thief among us, and we thieves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and see, that's the problem. He started dipping in everybody's pocket. There's an unwritten rule where it's like, hey, do what you do, but watch my shoes.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Started dipping in everybody else's pockets. I'm like, yeah. Now what they gonna do is they gonna bring all the past drama forward, and now they finna get you.
Yes, and see, now they wanted to cloak themselves into this big report to make it like, oh, he was sexual harassed. Hell, he been doing that. Oh, you said that's why we can't have him in the league. No, it's when Danny had those extra books that he would show to the league, and he had his other ones where he was scheming off the top, and so basically what they did was they fined him 1% of the sale of the team, which came out to they fined him 1%. So they fined Danny like $60 million. And it's $60 million is a hell of a lot to me and you, but hell, I don't think it's that much. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a hefty fine, but they basically say, hey, look, dude, just give us our money that you took from us on the way out, and we're gonna let you make the $6 million, and it's all good. But they and I don't want people to start thinking that Magic is the face of the team, and he may be, but they go out and he really didn't say that they were changing the name of the team. He just gave some good happy talk, and he said, well, that's a possibility. Man, they ain't finna change the name of that team within the next year or so.
And here's the thing. That the thing with putting Magic as the face, it was just like what the Lakers were trying to do, you know what I'm saying, to get LeBron and all that other stuff.
Yes.
Putting Magic the face basically gives a lot more notoriety.
Yep.
And it's going to bring in a better fan base
Yep.
for the black demographic.
Yep.
Now, once people realize Magic really ain't making decisions and nothing is changing,
Right.
and y'all still are going 8-9,
Thank you.
then, man, you know, I'll return back to them.
Because like I said, brother, winning makes everything feel a whole lot better, brother. If we winning, we good. If we not winning, I don't care what we call ourselves. Because if we winning, man, we call ourselves the Mud Dogs, and everybody will be happy. Let us win that Super Bowl. Oh, Mud Dog won a Super Bowl. Hey, we're the Mud Dog. But, you know, like I said, there is this part of the fan base. They want to go back to they got good old days syndrome, and it's all good, man. They want to go back to the good old days, man, but not happening, brother. Not happening. Now, I want to run this by you, brother. Let me ask you two things. If you had one vote to vote somebody in the Hall of Fame, who would it be?
If I had one vote to get somebody in,
Yeah.
oh, snap. That's tough.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a sleeper. You know who's a running back who? Well, nah. You know what? I'm gonna go with a receiver. You know what? No, let's do running backs, right?
Okay.
The argument has always been since Terrell Davis has gotten in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Like that-wise, right?
Right.
Who else can we put in there? Crazy part is when you look at Corey Dillon's stats.
Yeah,
he has had Hall of Fame type production,
especially since we let my man get in there. You're right.
Because ultimately the biggest challenge is going to be when that class comes in. Okay, because Drew Brees is going to get in.
Yep.
Ben Roethlisberger is a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But what's going to be crazy is does Phillip Rivers or Eli Manning get into the Hall of Fame?
I don't think they're gonna be first ballot, but I think eventually, yeah, I think they get in. Yep.
But technically speaking, you know, Phillip Rivers has way better stats.
Oh yeah.
Eli Manning does have the 2 Super Bowls versus Tom Brady. Like that, and it's so difficult now because when you're looking at the wide receivers, you're like, damn, does Ocho Cinco deserve to get in the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Like, it's so.
Well, I personally think they need to start letting more guys into the Hall of Fame and stop keeping, because players, these not the same players that they were 20 years ago when you only had one or maybe 3 or 4, outstanding guys that have come through. You starting to get where you got a lot of good athletes, and you got to me, I think you need to expand that. Start letting some more people in there. Hey man, let me ask you this question real quick. And I told you we were gonna circle back and talk about running backs. Now remember last year I did a show and I said I think running backs should be paid off of a different scale. Because to me running backs are going by way of the big man in the NBA. Nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It's like the game is leaving them. So here's what I think, man. This is me, because if I'm a parent, first thing I'm gonna start, because this all has cause and effect. This is gonna trickle down to the high schools, the middle schools, and whatever. To where now nobody ain't gonna want to be a running back. I'm like, no, I ain't finna be a running back. Then kids in high school, they gonna be saying, nope, I don't want that many carries. I don't want to wear and tear. College, nope, I don't want to wear and tear. So I can have longevity, at the next level.
I agree.
So my proposal, go ahead.
Oh, no. Let me hear your proposal. I got to hear this.
My proposal is, depending on when you get drafted, you pay them their money up front and probably set a cap no more than, I don't know, $20 million, between 15 million, somewhere along there. Depends on which round you get. And after your first rookie year, that period, you either scale up or scale down based on performance after that. In other words, you're not gonna get this crazy contract because you're getting your money up front. If you're a later draft pick, okay, hey, you only get maybe $1 million or $2 million or whatever. That way you still cats will still want to be a running back. But this deal where we're not paying you jack and getting all your good years and we're running you into the ground and we say, okay, hell, let him walk and whatever because we can get somebody in the later rounds and we can pay them peanuts or whatever. We got to do something, man. And you know, it's just because we got guys like Saquon Barkley. You know, that he's talking about not showing up for you got him. You got, well, because, you know, like with Zeke, I want to sign Zeke for another big payday because he's his body shot, you know, but Zeke made his money. You know, I'm just saying, we got to do something, man. What's your point of view on that?
Well, here's my thing about running backs, right? You know, back in the day, the running back position used to be very valuable.
Yep.
Because if you had a good running back, you could control the game, you could control the clock, the line of scrimmage, and they used them more as bell cows.
Yep.
Of course, over the years, you know, running backs have taken a lot of hits.
Yep.
And they're the least likely to get paid, but the most likely to get franchise tags.
Right.
Now, looking at the running back market, okay, when you look at the first round overall picks, like if you're a running back, you don't want to be chosen in the first or second round, right? Because that's when they give you the 4-year deal and the 5th year a team option.
Right.
So think about it. You come into the league at 22. You on a 4-year deal. You're 26. They pick up the 5th year. Now you're 27. Then they franchise tag you up to 2 years. Right. Now you're 29. You're done. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think running backs, and I think one running back is going to break the market as far as being smart with his contract. If I was a running back, I would opt only to sign 3-year contracts, right? No matter where I was drafted or anything.
But the way
give me a 3-year deal.
The way the present thing is, if we can say, you know what, Cooper, screw you. We can go get somebody else in the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I mean, which is cool.
Yeah,
which is cool. But like my thing is, you're not finna keep using me. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you get a running back in the 6th round, you're gonna have to give him a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm saving money.
Wow. So I mean,
but I would also say after that 3 years, even if a running back gets hurt, he still has a year to come back, and you're not scoring him over. Furthermore, I think it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna have to stop allowing them to put the franchise tag on a running back. Because it's too easy.
You got to do right. They got to have to do something like that, man. Otherwise, now Bijan Robinson, you know, he's getting $13 million.
But the thing about Bijan Robinson is he's coming into a situation where, you know, do I think Atlanta should have drafted a running back? No,
they need some other things.
He's there. And they already had a pretty good stable of running backs.
Yep.
You know, they still got Cordell Patterson.
Yep.
They had a couple good rookies last year, but I feel like, okay, you're going to give Bijan, you know, the bell cow of the carries, and I assume you're going to use Cordell Patterson more as the wide receiver.
Right.
I think they're going to use Ryder.
But here's the thing. I guarantee you he won't get another big contract after this one. Nah. And that's the kind of way I went downhill after the Todd Gurley contract. Yeah.
It wasn't Todd Gurley's.
Right.
We didn't know he was going to. But I think that's when they started evaluating more of, you know, these could be more, you know.
And that's what I'm thinking is that that every guy should get something like the Bijan Robinson contract. If you coming in, you first round, hey, get that brother between $13-20 million. Then after his first rookie contract, you either scale him up or down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what, bro? We signed you. Now we're gonna give you another $5 million if you good. Okay, boom. Or you know what, bro? We can't keep paying you this $13 million. Well, you got to take a cut. But you start them on a scale, something that's you know equate to the skill level. Don't get that man skills for all that time and then don't give him nothing. Hey, bro, get a plug for your show, man. I got another call. I got to get him in, man. And So he's been in the queue.
Yes, sir. Hey, everybody, this your boy Brandon Cooper, the Ravens extraordinaire. You're going to catch me on here weekly talking my mess. Everybody, keep an eye out for the running back market and the Hall of Fame game coming up between the Jets and the Browns. Jets will be on Hard Knocks starting in August. And my boys and I, we have a podcast. It's the D1 Ignat University, D1 IGNANT University podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. Hey, man, everybody be safe out there and watch yourselves in this heat.
I know that's right. All right, Brandon. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to be on, my brother.
All right.
All right.
Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
What's going on, my brother?
It's my homeboy Glenn.
We back, baby.
What's up, homeboy Glenn?
We back. What's happening with your fam?
Man, I am.
How's it going?
Dude, I have been staying out the heat. Staying out the heat, man, on rinse and
Well,
repeat.
about this Pittsburgh thing.
Man, that's how.
Well, I don't know which one to work, the heat. I don't know which one to work, the heat or the mosquito.
Woo. Hey, man, let me ask you this question, brother. I was talking to one of the other callers, man, brother Brandon, and we were going back and forth about the Hall of Fame and running backs and da-da-da-da-da-da. So now let me ask you this, brother. If you had one vote, if we give you one vote, we say, homeboy Glenn, if you get one person into the Hall, who will it be? And why?
In the NFL?
Yep.
In the NFL right now. Man, I would have to put Eli in there.
Eli.
Man, you know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Eli Manning?
Yeah, simply the fact that man got 2 Super Bowls, man. He beat Tom Brady twice.
I got you.
And a lot of folks, man, I don't, man, to me, I mean, to me, and that's just my opinion. My opinion ain't worth a damn. I want to get that straight right now. But that Hall of Fame stuff is a joke. All that stuff, because the village is like a favoritism thing.
It seems like it is.
You know, they get who they want to get, you know, because, I mean, I say that to say this. T.O. had just the biggest stat. Look how long he had to wait just to get in there. How long did he have to wait?
T.O. should have been a first round, first valid.
And right, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they do it, man.
Well,
I know I'm going to throw you off when I say this. I'm going to throw you off, but I'm going to come back to your way. That's just like in baseball. How in the hell you going to keep Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Pete Rose, and them guys that, man, what they did on the side ain't got shit to do with what they did on that baseball field. So I don't give a damn when nobody says
you already.
Yeah, because I'm damn near hyped up already. Day Sunday, got the first day off in 14 days. Then out here drinking. They ain't going to tell me what kind of beer I'm drinking because they boycott the motherfucker with the cheap down here.
Hey, man, I tell you, I'm sitting there, and that's what I agree, because I personally think Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame because whatever he did off the field, whatever he did off the field, you know, that had nothing to do with that brother getting 3,000 hits. It didn't.
That's what Frank. But Frank, I know you want to bring up football and who deserve. But really, I say that to say this. Man, you know, we grew up, man, we go back like 8-track tapes. And we watched baseball, we watched the football, we watched it all, man.
Right.
On an antenna on top of the house. And, man, you know, back then, because nobody, what Pete Rose wanted bad, the cats ever come through, man.
Yeah.
It ain't about no race or nothing like that, man. That man deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. For them to do that ain't nothing but hatred, man.
Yeah.
That's real, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Compete. Yeah, that's my point. Is that I think he needs to be in the Hall. I think whatever you do on the field has nothing to do with. Because Ty Cobb one of the biggest racists walking, but he in the Hall. Hey man, but that had nothing. But that had nothing to do with what he did on the baseball field.
Hey, Barry Bonds. Hey, man, it's like Barry Bonds. You know, I know you want to talk about football, but I'm just saying, man, when two things I lost interest in was the Hall of Fame and the Heisman Trophy. Because, man, you know, we grew up, man, I've seen a lot of guys got robbed out there Heisman, man. Yeah, I started watching the Heisman with our homeboy from Little Rock. What our boy name?
Was it McFadden?
What our running back name from Razorback?
McFadden?
McFadden, man. You know he got robbed, man.
Yeah.
They know he got robbed, man. They ought to be ashamed of themselves,
Yeah,
man.
because it's a quarterback award now, man. That's all the Heisman is right now.
Yeah, man. I don't get off into all that because it's just like a man. I don't know. They pick who they want to pick, but real recognize real though, because everybody know, man. I'm serious, man. There's a lot of cats get left off. Hey, man, cause be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Shaq. You know, Shaquille O'Neal. But I'm just gonna be honest. That man should have won the damn MVP about 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
Shit, that motherfucker unstoppable, man. I'm just being honest, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know, even Michael Jordan should have won at least about 6, 7 times.
I agree.
You know.
So now
you gonna sit there and hey, you know what? You know who I feel sorry for?
Who?
I feel sorry for Joel Embiid this year
because he
know damn well he didn't deserve that damn MVP. But they gonna give it to him anyway because he done cried for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And this man here averaged a triple-double and win the NBA title.
Yeah,
and they gonna get an MVP to Joel Embiid this year.
I think the Joker should have got that award, man.
Yeah, he should have got that award, man. But you know, it's a joke. That's why I don't get off into that, man.
The Joker should have got.
I don't get off into that.
Let me tell you who I think.
But man, I'm glad to hear from you, brother. I'm glad to hear from you. Good to hear from you, everything. But I am kind of a little warm at you because that food you sent me a few weeks ago, I don't appreciate that, man.
Hey, man,
it don't take much for me to. It don't take much for me to go to Hayden anyway.
I'll just live the life, man. I'll live the life of all season, man. So now let me tell you who I think.
Well, you ain't gotta goddamn make a motherfucker jealous, man.
Hey, man, let me tell you who I think should be. If I had one pick right now, man, I would put. Believe it or not, man, and I'm a Redskin fan, so I know people say, "How the heck?" I would put Darren Woodson in the Hall of Fame, man. I think Uncle Woody deserved to be up in there.
Pittsburgh?
Huh? No, he's in there. I'm talking about for the Cowboys.
From Dallas?
Yep.
From Dallas?
Yep. That brother need to be in there.
The defensive back?
Yep.
Wait a minute, you talking about the defensive back from Dallas?
Yep. Darren Woodson.
He's not in the Hall of Fame, Darren Woodson.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Man, you got to be. Come on, man. You got to be joking, man.
No, Uncle Woody not in there.
No, you got to be. Man, you got to be. You got to be joking, man.
No, Uncle
That
Woody.
man is not in the Hall of Fame.
Uncle Woody ain't in there. No.
Man, that man was
Nope. He is not in there, brother.
Yeah, man. I didn't know that, man.
Oh, like I said, if I had one vote today, man, I would put my favorite football uncle in there, man. Woodson needs to be in it. It's like, and you know me, for me being a Redskin fan, like I said, tell people, hey, look, if I'm a fan of good play. If you can play, and if you a game wrecker, I'm like, shoot, that brother need to be in there. But no, he's not in there, man. No, sir.
See, man, but I didn't know that because I thought, sure. But see, that's the difference between me and you. See, you got a heart when it comes to them damn Cowboy fans. I don't give a damn about none of them. I hope no damn one of them, Marlon Harper make it up in there. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm a true 110% hater.
Hey, man,
But see, I know you in the division. You scared something happens that you might have to come back and apologize. I ain't in that division. I don't give a damn about it. I'm just keeping it real. You already know. I hope their ass don't win a damn game in the preseason or regular season. I ain't gonna wish you no bad luck, no hard luck on them now, nothing like that. But I hope they don't win shit this year. I don't want to see them win a preseason game.
Hey, man.
I'm being honest.
And let me ask you this.
I hope everything start off 0-0.
Hey, man, while I got you here, let me ask you this question here, man. You know, this thing now, remember last year, I talked about, and I said, should running backs be paid off of different pay scale than everybody else? And now, because now it's coming to fruition. Because now you got running backs they can't get paid. You got.
You know who messed it up?
Tell me.
You know what messed it up?
Who?
Huh?
I know the Broncos. Who?
Gurley, and the running back from Dallas now. See, they signed them all that money, man. But think about it. some of the guys when they signed them after their contract, man, they ain't did nothing after that, man.
Well, see, that's why this is what I'm saying, Glenn. I'm saying
It ain't shit.
Well, hold on. Let me say this. I think instead of like for example, when you're a rookie, if you get drafted into the first round, I think if you're a first or second round draft pick, then they should as a running back. Even you should never sign your contract shouldn't be no more than I don't know $20 million. So if you're a running back, if you're a good running back, say like the boy from Texas, okay, we gonna sign you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you anywhere between $13 and $20 million. That's it. You get your money up front. So now when your contract ends, you ain't gonna get another big payday. Now we can either scale you up and maybe give you another maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 more million if you still maintain it. But if you not, we go.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
Now we scaling you the other way. So and I could be
but
good
that's
with
wrong, though.
Huh?
Hey, but that's wrong.
Why you say that?
That's wrong, man. Why I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Because simply fact, well, hell, you might well tell the running back then, well, instead of me running the damn football, let me try to catch that motherfucker then.
But
instead of me running the ball, hell, I might well throw me some screen passes. Instead of hollering running back, let me be a running receiver.
Well, what's gonna happen is that you gonna get guys gonna stop. They're gonna stop being running back. Parents gonna
That's
stop.
what I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
You holler about I'm a running back. No,
Yeah.
I'm not no running back.
Yeah.
I'm a receiver with behind a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because I ain't running the ball no more. Throw me the ball. Don't hand me the ball no more.
They're gonna stop being running
You
backs.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna stop being running backs in high school and college, and the cats who would be the good 220, 230-pound running back, they're gonna end up going on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, linebackers and stuff like. You know
or a receiver.
Yeah, because now receiver.
I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. Hey,
No, I agree with you.
Man, but
I agree with you.
about it.
Because you.
Hey, you might well tell them if the motherfucker, if you don't want to pay me, don't hand me the damn ball. Throw me the ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You gonna end up with cats kind of like who's the receiver for the 49ers. You gonna have running back because hell, those dudes they're about as big as a running back. So is
like McCaffrey.
Huh?
They're like McCaffrey. Like McCaffrey.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the receiver that what's the 49ers receiver got, man? He's tough, man.
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo,
you gonna get and Debo about as big as any running back. You gonna start getting running back and say, nah, I'm finna slide out and be a wide receiver. But I'm not gonna be a running back in
DK.
Yeah. Right. You're not gonna get cats want to play the position no more. Nope.
Because man, to be honest with you, you got a lot of these running backs in college right now. Could easily play wide receivers, because they can catch the ball just like a wide receiver.
And that's what's going to happen. They're going to start not playing running back in high school.
Okay, if you want me to get behind the quarterback and holler about I'm a running back, and you don't want to pay me. Now, I know it might sound dumb by me saying this, but if you hand me that ball, I'm gonna fumble it. But I don't want it.
But I'm telling you, ain't
throw that something to me.
You ain't gonna have no running back because ain't nobody gonna want to do it.
Hell no! What you give me handing it to me? What you hand me the ball? You don't want to pay me, but expect me to run all the way down the damn field for a touchdown.
Because see the
quarterback, you can throw that something behind the line of scrimmage, and the receiver breaks loose for a touchdown. And you swear he's the greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. They gonna stop. Yeah, but yeah,
I was that ball. If I was ever running back in the NFL,
with your fumbling,
I protest that by if you hand me the football, I'm a fumbler.
And see, and what?
Because that's what they're trying to take away. Something that they're trying to take away something very. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. A lot of people might not agree with the way I look at it. And I've been watching sports, Frank. I've been watching sports for years. But the hell, they're like abortion.
Yeah.
Damn. How you gonna take away the fucking running back position out of fucking football? Same way, how you gonna tell a woman what to do with her body, man? Huh?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm right or wrong,
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. How the hell you gonna take away the running back? Ever since it's been football, motherfuckers strapped with a leather helmet and running the damn football, and then all of a sudden now you got these motherfuckers hollering about now. we don't need no running back.
Well, this is
All
what
day.
this is,
Because really, I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, brother, but I want to say this.
okay.
Because really, the last few years anyway, I ain't considered it football anyway. I consider it 7-on-7. They ain't doing nothing but throwing the damn ball.
And see, and that's
So Emmitt Smith ain't never got to worry about his record broken no more.
nope.
Or
Nope.
whoever hold the rushing record on their team.
Nope. You're right.
Well,
You're right, man.
whoever got his team record, you ain't never got to worry about their record getting broken.
Right.
But they ain't doing nothing but throwing it. Really, it ain't football.
And see, and that's what they're
It's
saying
not
now.
football. They ain't doing nothing but throwing 7-on-7.
And that's what they're saying now is that, with they throwing the ball. And since they throwing the ball,
Yeah.
they throwing the ball,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, we don't really need the running game now. It's just like in the NBA. All of a sudden, you don't deal away with the big man. Big man can't play anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else slowly drifting. I'm gonna tell you that's right, man. The big man, you damn near don't really need a big man no
Nope.
more.
Everybody-
But see, when you're doing that, it's just like you're taking away, man. You're taking away the integrity. You're slowly killing the game, man. You're killing the game, man. You're going to come up with these rules. I know some things need to be changed. Ain't nothing wrong with twerking something. But when you go to take away the running back position out of football, man, that just, hey, man, it's really going to take away the fun out the game. Because everybody used to want to be Larry Zunker, O.J. Simpson,
Right.
Walter Payton. I mean, for real. Barry Sanders. Even
Yeah.
before Barry Sanders, you had Larry Zunker. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now all at once you want to take this away.
Because see, the game it's just like right now. My man, he couldn't play in the NFL today because of the game. Lawrence Taylor couldn't play in today's NFL because you got to be able to cover.
Hell no, man. A lot of them guys back then couldn't. Loud Isaiah, none of them could play back in then.
You got to be able to cover.
Man, no, man. Hey, you got the cussor bell on?
Yeah.
You got the cussor bell on?
Yeah, go for it.
Hell, fuck the damn game up, man. Fuck the damn game up, man. I'm serious, man. Got these old quiet ass I know that they got nothing to do with it, but if anything, them call me. 501-501-49. Quiet ass motherfucker, everything's soft, man. Can't even holler at the damn kid no more. No, for real.
You can't do that, bro.
Everything changed, man. Football, man, boy, you know how many you boys grow up watching football. Man, I used to sneak from church to go over to your mama house while she at church. Man, you sneak over there shooting basketball. While we over there serving the good Lord. We over there shooting basketball.
But
come back for dress shoe dirty. Come back dress shoe dirty look like I been shopping cat.
But what's funny though, man?
I'm just serious,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's how you gonna take away the running back position, man?
Yeah.
That look like something was already. That's something like to me. That seemed like something premeditated, like they were trying to plan to take that out, man.
Yeah.
Because that ain't gonna work, man.
Nope.
Man, nobody want to see you sit there and throw that ball 80, 90 times. Nobody want to sit there and see you throw the ball 80, 90 times a damn game. You ain't got about 5 or 10 rushes, man.
That's why, like I say, man. Now, like I said, I don't believe after those guys play their first 4 or 5 years, you don't go get them no big contract like Zeke them did. You get them their money up front. Okay, bro, you finna get your money up front. Now, after your first 3 or 4 years, because they do lose a step. They do running back. Their shelf life is not that long, and it's never been that way. You remember, my man ran Earl Campbell to death. you know what I'm saying?
That's true now. Hey, you right. You're right about that. But okay, but this is what I'm saying, how you gonna guarantee them all that money for their first 2 or 3 years? I know if something happens, they get hurt, but either way you look at it, man, quarterback come out with a better hand.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying, for example, if we draft you and you first, second round, okay, we'll give you about $10-15 million. Okay, that's how much you're gonna get. Now that's it. Over your career, you're gonna make $15-20 million. That's it. Okay. Now, after your 3 years, if your production's still up, we ain't gonna pay you no more $15 million, but we might give you another $5 million. But if it's not, then we gonna cut you. We gonna cut you that way. You don't make some money.
Yeah, I understand that. But I see what you said, but you made some money. But damn, think about this. Think about you done wore motherfucker down 2 or 3 years. Well, here come a motherfucker next 3 years coming out of college, deep friend. It's just like, he won't be able to make no more after that door running back. After that, it's just like he threw. That's his limit.
Well, but you don't make. But you don't make $15 million, Glenn. You can't make it off $15 million. Hell, you ain't got no business making it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but I'm just saying, if they go, it's just like putting but Vance, really, if you think about it, though, man, it's just like putting a salary cap on the quarterback, on the running back position.
Well, that's going to be better than what they got now, because this is what they're doing now. They're saying, instead of me paying Glenn all this money in the first round, I can go get me 3 running backs in the 5th, 6th round and pay each one of them $1 million a piece, just $1 million a piece, maybe $2 million a piece between all of them. And, man, I ain't got to never pay running back nothing.
Don't you know how many people go to see sitting behind that damn quarterback?
Huh?
No. No.
Yeah.
So you gonna say, I wish you would hand me that damn football. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Well, like I say, man, they gotta do something, man. Cause hey, damn.
Yeah, cause that ain't right though. Really, it's not right, man.
Nah, hey man,
it's not right. It's not right, man.
You know my team got sold.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. What they judging them by, what they really judging them by, is what Todd Gurley and Ziggy Elliott, they got all that money. They didn't have no big time year. And what they looking at, well, we paying these running back all that money. They ain't producing.
Well,
but damn, you look at these quarterbacks too, though.
Well, Glenn, they just figured out that if you, instead of me paying you all this money, and since the majority of the game done became a passing game now, it became a passing game, we ain't got to really pay a quarterback. I mean, we ain't got to pay a running back. We can go get 3 running backs in the later round and pay all 3 of them, $2 or $3 million a piece, and we ain't got to never, sign a running back to that kind of money.
Right. That's what they look at it, because you think about it. Like right now, the quarterback is the highest paid position. Mm-hmm. And then you got defensive linemen or edge rushers or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Defensive edge rushers. You know what I'm talking about, though.
The money,
like Miles Garrett and them.
The money positions are quarterback, edge rushers, defensive line, cornerbacks, and wide receivers. Those are the positions that you make.
Line.
Yeah, and offensive lineman. Oh, hell yeah.
Defensive lineman and then offensive lineman.
Especially that offensive lineman that got the quarterback blind side. Oh, you gonna get some money. Yeah.
You sure will, man. A mother like that offensive tackle from Houston, Texas, Tonka.
Yes.
Him and a couple more. Then you got a guy like what his name play for defense tackle Miles Garrett. They getting money now.
You play that left tackle, man. You can always you gonna get paid. Yeah, but like I said, but I
tell you what you want to. It was something else you want to talk to me about. You had told me you want to discuss.
Hey, I told you, man, my team got traded. No, hey, this is what I want to talk to you about. What do you think about your boy, Jerry Jones? I know it's going to run your blood pressure up. What do you think about our homeboy, Jerry, getting Clarence Thomas a Super Bowl ring?
Man, see, Frank, man. I tell you what, you might well, I can't even answer that, man. I can't answer that over your radio show. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that nice. Real nice. I'm really touched. I'm like the great Stephen A. Smith. I'm really touched.
Everybody was like,
I'm really touched.
Everybody like, wait a minute, man. Now, wait a minute. Now, it's like, this is like, to me, now, I don't talk politics and I don't talk all on the show, but it's something fishy when you giving a Supreme Court judge a Super Bowl ring. That means you trying to be able to influence this cat somewhere along the line. I'm like, come on, Jerry. But hey, and because
hey, Ham.
Hmm?
And I know don't nobody know nothing about that, but me and you know when we were growing up back in the country, and we grew up with this cat named his name was Frank too, just like you. But you ain't got to say his name.
God.
But what you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yep. So we ain't gonna say
Yeah.
it. We ain't gonna say it. I know what you're talking about, my brother.
Leave it alone. But I tell you what, I really took. Now I'm gonna ask you something. You said he gave what kind of ring?
Super Bowl ring.
Super Bowl ring.
Yes.
Man, the more rusty ass ring, man, that back there. Them something y'all to be worth something though now though.
Yeah,
It's been about 40 years ago.
it was worth $100,000.
That's all.
Yeah, we thought you were diamonds and
That's what I'm
whatever.
talking about. I tell you like this here. I know. We talking about other things, but look here. And Dallas Cowboy the preseason Super Bowl champion.
Every year.
That's what I'm talking about. They got more preseason Super Bowls than anybody.
Every year. Yep. Yes, sir.
I can't wait till football starts this year though. Football gonna be good this year though.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you one thing though. Y'all can count. Y'all can go on, put your Patrick Mahomes and all of them in there. I ain't gonna say nothing till football season starts. I'm gonna wait till big folks.
Hey, what do you think about my team getting sold, man? We celebrating, brother. We got a new owner.
Yeah, I'm happy. Hey, man. Hey, man. I was sitting there thinking about that when you texted me and told me what we're gonna be discussing on your show today, and I was sitting there thinking about that. And man, sometimes it's time for changes, man.
Oh yeah. Now, but you know what?
Hey, if you don't make changes, in your, I mean, that's in our life. If you don't make changes, try to do better, something wrong.
Well, like I was telling Brandon the other call, I said, man, let me tell you something. I said the reason the owners forced Danny to sell the team, it had nothing to do with the sexual harassment report and all the stuff he was doing. It was the fact that he was holding money back from the league. he wasn't paying the other owners.
He wasn't paying the other owners.
No, no. He wasn't paying his fair share of the revenue.
Hey, I tell you what, man. I tell you like this here, man. I'm glad. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something, Frank. Man, even though I might talk noise and we shoot the jive on the radio, man,
Yeah.
we grew up diehard football fan, man.
Yeah.
And I always liked the Redskins too. Back in the Hog days, Mark May, John Riggins, running back, and all them guys, man. Hey, I tell you what, when they go to holler about the best coaches, see one thing about when you go to the truth gonna come out, cause Joe Gibbs really is one of the best coaches. Don't never get the credit.
Oh yeah, Joe.
Because you talking about back in the day when you holler about the real Redskins, he had three different. He won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks, 3 different like running backs and good offensive linemen, man. And back then it was the Hog day, man. It was muddy.
And we ain't never,
man, they were tough back then.
And we ain't never really had no real big franchise quarterback other than Joe Theismann.
Nah, no big franchise. No Hall of Famers.
Nah, we always
not too many Hall of Famers.
Nah, we always got some quarterback after he only like Doug Williams. Doug Williams, remember he spent most of his good years at Tampa Bay, and we ended up getting and then Ripken and hell they came from the Raiders. Would get them when they maybe got
Mark Ripken.
Yeah.
Jay Trader.
Yeah.
Jay Trader, them guys.
We would get them.
Man, he never held Denny. Who he had a running back, John Riggins, Timmy Smith, and somebody else.
We would always get cats, man. Like, okay, but if the fact that we had that offensive line, man, I can remember having that offensive line, But
so good, man. They had a good defense. Joe Gill was a good coach, and back then I liked the Redskins back then too, man. But and then Dan Snyder bought them, and then sometimes things happen.
Well,
this owner bought them when they owned them. It didn't work out. They gave him all the chances in the world.
But see, what got Danny was this, man. Okay, beside from the commercials, not commercials. I'm sorry, for when the team have contract with the different networks, that money goes directly to the actual team. You know what I'm saying? They kick all that out to the owners. But as owners, the money that's made from the actual football game, the seller tickets, all that stuff that your team generates, you're supposed to split that with the league. You see what I'm saying? You split that with the other owners.
That's right.
That's a hell of a lot of money
But he
there.
wasn't doing that, huh?
No. He had two set. He had some fake books that he would show the other owners, saying, "Okay, this is how much we made." Then he had the real books, which he was making. That's what got him out, because it's almost like if me and you get together and we go rob me and you and another guy, we go rob a bank, and all of a sudden he ain't giving us our fair share. We all crooks. Nah, we got a problem with him, and that's
right.
And that's
Hey,
what's happening.
I'm gonna be honest with you, really. I hate to say it like that, but hell, they really like the dope game.
You're
They
right.
like the dope game.
Yes.
My man just said it.
Yeah.
Huh?
But like
But I see exactly what you're saying.
yeah, but that's why
And that guy.
that's why they forced him to sell the team, man. Cause all that other stuff. Cause owners don't care whether you winning on your team. Hell, we don't care if you winning. We're glad you lose. We want to beat you every game. But it's when you start.
Yeah, because still making money ain't the man.
Yes. You.
Hey, Frank, I'm gonna tell you something. I know you're not lying, because if you ask the average football fan, who's the richest owner in the NFL, who they gonna tell you?
Jerry.
Hell no. He in the top 5, but he's number 5. It 2 or 3 owners in the NFL got more money than he do.
Now I know your boy
You know
that
who
own
the richest owner?
I know
who the richest owner in the NFL?
who.
Huh?
I know one of them got to be your boy that
you know-
own. One of them got to be your boy that own the Patriots.
No. You got the wrong Jerry. The richest owner in the NFL is Jerry Richardson with the Carolina Panthers. What's up, Shane? Man, Chili doing all right?
Now what?
I'm gonna holler at the minute.
Now what you
I'm gonna
call
holler.
the Broncos got that? The Broncos only got nice little they got nice little bank vault they can go into too now. You know who own the Broncos now?
Who you say the Broncos?
Yeah, you know who own the Broncos. You know who own them, right?
Well, I'm talking about the Jerry Richardson. Jerry Richardson is the richest owner in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The owners of the Carolina Panthers. Mm-hmm. Now Jerry Jones is about number 4 or 5, but or that owner with the Patriots, he up there too.
Yeah, you better put the Broncos owner up in there too, cause you know who own the Broncos now, right?
Yeah, but you know they talking about the Waltons.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Man, the Walt's money don't never stop, bro. They money is double green, man.
I didn't know that owner.
Yeah.
I didn't know that owner of the Carolina Panthers had that much money though.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna stack, man.
yeah. Like I said, them owners, man. That's why they had a problem with Danny, because Danny wasn't giving them their share, and he would keep it.
Right, he wasn't coming. You know,
Yeah,
it was slow but sure.
he would right. For them to fine him,
Mhm.
they gave him a fine of 1% of the sale
60
of
million, wasn't it?
yeah, $60 million. So
60 million.
yeah, and I guarantee he held out more than that from them. Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. In fact, to Jerry Snyder, to Daniel Snyder, man, $60 million. Hell, just like you going up there. Shit, man, that ain't nothing.
Nah,
That's just like you go to Walmart buying a $50 pay.
that's about the equivalent of probably paying maybe about $5,000, $10,000. Basically, it ain't gonna kill you. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Well, homeboy Glenn, it has been real, brother. You about to hit the sound of my music, dude. It's been real, man.
Hey, good to hear from you, brother. Love you, brother.
Appreciate it, brother. Love you too, man. Thank you for calling in. Well, folks.
All right.
All right. Welcome back. This is F.A. Jr. It's been real. It has been real. I'd like to thank all my callers. My homeboy Glenn, Jay Grand Prairie, along with my main man, Brother Cooper. This is F.A. Jr. saying thank you for calling, and we will be back with a new show. And remember, if you want to be a caller on the show, Our number is 940-329-4110. We keep it real. We keep it real. And I even got my cousin Bear. So we will see you next week. Same time. That is 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. What's there with F.H. Jr. See y'all next week.